Hi folks, welcome back to the Friendly Open. This is the decisive game of event 3. It was played just recently. Unfortunately, we do not have a full recording because this was the fourth Swiss round, so I was playing in the event and could only record after my own game finished. But this is the game between the only two undefeated players, so there isn't a final after this. This will decide the winner of the event. And as you can see, we have a Stark Fealty at the top of your screen, played by Hagen 19 from Norway. And we have Night's Watch, Knights of the Hollow Hill on the bottom, played by Argento from France. As you can see, about 19 minutes of the game have passed, 35 minutes remaining until time is called. And yeah, lots has happened. As you can see, Stark is already on 10 power. 6 of that is on characters. We have Rob Stark and Mage Mormont on the board. And lots of other stuff as well. But we are in the plot phase of round 3. And Valor to Harris is being resolved here. So Argento won initiative and had Heir to the Throne resolve first, of course, so that the character brought into play wouldn't escape to Harris. And there is some problem here, as you will see, with a misclick from Hagen, who wanted to keep Mage Mormont and Rob Stark here, so it will take some time for the players to resolve this manually, so we'll skip ahead a little bit. The timer was stopped in the meantime, but you can't see that on your screen, so there should still be around 35 minutes of the game left. And Hagen has just manually dragged Mage and Rob back onto the board and given them power. The board state is not exactly the same because characters have to go to the bottom for the Harris, but his deck was shuffled here. But it doesn't matter now after Bear Island Scout shuffles the deck as well. Yeah, so all 10 power kept, the two characters with renown still on the board. But now the board is a lot smaller here for Hagen. And I guess it will depend what Argento can put on the board here. As you can see, the wall is already in play. The icons are on the board as well. Well, same character has the military and an intrigue icon, but I'm sure more stuff will enter play now. And there is of course a haunted forest as well, so protecting the wall should be fairly easy at this point for Argento. The problem of course is that Stark has characters with renown that can push challenges through, and going from 10 to 15 could be quicker than all of the wall triggers. So even after the Harris, 6 characters still on the board, but at least there is a milk here for Rob Stark. Rob Stark also has a bodyguard and Mage is duped, so no way of getting rid of them really. After the Harris, I'm guessing, I'm not sure what this Knights of the Hollow Hill deck is like. It's not a common agenda really for Night's Watch, but I would assume there are resets. Probably Morgulis is in the deck, but at this point it's too late because the two main characters who have renown are protected. I'm actually commentating on this game a couple of days later, so I won't pretend like I am correctly predicting everything, just in case it comes across that way. But the end of this game is quite interesting. Our Tattersalt comes into play. He's cancelled by Recon. Interesting character. So he has his warship that can put him back into shadows. So if you're playing lots of one cost, zero cost cards, he can repeat his search every round. Guess for finding stuff like cravens or milks. And he is a non-loyal shadow card as well, so he goes into Kingdom of Shadows decks. For instance, to find stuff like Clever Feint. Yeah, the timer, I'm not sure is correct on your screen here. Should be plenty of time to finish this game. Yeah, so a pretty big board for Night's Watch. With all the icons, so no way of kneeling the wall. It's just a question whether he can defend all of the challenges that could give Stark renown here. Because that's one way Stark can get to 15 before Night's Watch does. Going for military, this is the icon that I guess is the least present for Night's Watch here. Pushing power through is a little bit more difficult. Here we have 5 strength on the board, and then Halder has some options but not that many. And since Argento cannot successfully defend this, he just lets it go with the Haunted Forest. Wall remains standing. And Dicey gets the renown. Rob is milked now. Skagos is on the board. It's good for removing negative attachments, but at this point he has 3 power on him, so he cannot really be replaced. I'm just going for a power challenge here to kneel another character. Not really doing anything useful with that. Castle Black just stands Halder. And now Argento can swing back. He can get an unopposed intrigue here and push the other two challenges through, so that would be 3 power and then dominance, so 4 power for him. Compared to just the 1 power gained by Hagen, so if this trend continues, Argento will be faster. But of course the Stark deck I'm sure has other bodies with renown here. And of course the power gain for renown is now lost with this power claim for Hagen as well. Even though this game is quite close to the end, in time as well as the power levels, actually both players still have 4 plots to be revealed here, so there could be some surprises. Yeah, the clock, it's showing 18 minutes for us. I think it should be a little bit more. Yeah, and Argento cannot see the timer anymore after the pause command was done earlier. I'm not sure what's happening here with the Iron Throne. Just awarded the game to Hagen, but obviously the game continues. Okay, so another heir to the throne. We have Bran, who is an expendable body here for Stark, and we have the Mother on the other side. This is a decent goal plot that can draw a few cards. And it probably will draw because Hagen will be going first here, so a couple of characters should be coming into play before Argento's turn in the marshalling phase. The big Caitlyn. So this is a chance to gain some power that cannot really be stopped here for Argento at the moment. So he desperately needs the milk of the poppy for her. With Skagos on the board, she can gain power outside of challenges, so doesn't need to even push anything through. Frozen Solid cannot go on the wall. Well, Castle Black makes it slightly easier to defend, but then I guess the Haunted Forest was an option here as well. It's basically a free defended challenge that doesn't require a character to kneel. Okay, Summer can grab something back, not sure what is in the discard pile at this point. Maybe just Bran. Recon. It's a decent call if old Tattersalt is repeated, for instance, to search for a milk. That could be cancelled if Recon comes into play here. And the bodyguard for Caitlyn as well, so she is protected too. She has a limit, so she's not quite fast enough to win just in a single round. She needs to survive another one. And if Argento is playing Morghulis, this was another important bodyguard here. The watch has need is a search effect, I think, which can be cancelled by Recon here. Yeah, and that immediately gives Caitlyn another power. And then another, the watch has need played, but no builders found. Okay, so we see a couple of non-builders on the board here, and I think 3 builders, so I'm guessing there is a decent amount, most probably have the builder trait, but to find nothing when searching the top 8 cards is really unfortunate here. And the Star Recept, okay, so this gains another power for Argento, but can he get 7 in one round here, because I'm sure Caitlyn will just win next round with her ability. Yeah, not that much potential for Halder here on the board. There are 4 locations that can be nailed, maybe 5 I guess you can do, but not really. No attachments. But then Night's Watch has a lot of power icons here actually. Just going by the strength on the board, I think it's 18 for both players without the Halder trigger. So I guess military again has to be the challenge where Mage gets her renown. Just probably calculating what he needs to commit here. 13 should be enough. It's something like 9 probably on defense possible here. Just defending with the character that is probably going to die for claim here. Not sure what this harder trigger is about really. Oh, I guess Haunted Forest was about to kneel, so he's just using it so it doesn't go to waste. Well, the way Halder is worded now, he has 2 triggers. So I guess if you're using him like that, the versatility is diminished a little bit, because you only have 1 more chance. But better to use it on a Tricon character than have the Haunted Forest go to waste. No more renown, so no reason really to do anything else, because Hagen cannot win any challenge here as the attacking player. And of course it's impossible to kneel the wall. Stacy is the character on the board. Of course, I'm calling her a mage all game here. Okay, so 8 power currently, and this should get Argento to 10 with the Star Recept trigger. While spending both characters here, this cannot be successfully defended because there is still another Halder trigger. And this now means that Hagen will be giving away unopposed intrigue and military as well. So that's 12 power. And with the wall and dominance, this could be 15. Yeah, I think Hagen underestimated slightly how quickly Argento can gain power in one round. He was on 8 when this started, but able to gain 7 just through wall dominance, Star Recept, power claim and some unopposed. So we'll never know what would have happened next round. Caitlyn has a limit twice per round, so 12 is not enough. You need to be on 13 to win passively, just with the Skagos triggers before anything could happen in the challenges phase. And then Argento could still have plots like Duel, for instance, with only Rob and Caitlyn as the targets at the moment. One of them would have been killed. This is just speculation. So, no first victory for Norway in the friendly open events, but another one for France, which I think is the most successful nation so far in the history of the series. I'm not sure exactly about that, but I'm pretty sure that Alex has a couple of wins and Argento has one as well from previous events for sure, so can't imagine any other country is better. Yeah, Morgul is playable even for Hagen here with all the dupes and bodyguards, while Argento has nothing really. 3 cards in hand and everything would die that is currently on the board. But yeah, he played this pretty optimally in the end, so a deserved victory. So we can have a little look at the final standings as well in a second. Here we are, already updated, so Argento with Night's Watch takes the victory. And then the other players who won 3 games, we have Alex here with Martel, Reinhardt with Targaryen, Lannister with Tyrell, and also have a count shot with Martell. But Argento is the only one who qualifies directly for the cut of event 5 here, with 4 wins from this event. The other players who placed well here also are in a strong position. Just a quick look at the stats. So Lannister missing on this occasion. It was the most represented faction in the previous event, but this time Stark, Night's Watch and Greyjoy more present here. So this was event 3. And the 4th one is coming up on Sunday, evening time in Europe. So everyone welcome, see you there.